Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 unboxing. My name is Paul James and today we're cracking into the Fire Emblem 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition. It's a really interesting package given that what is contained is basically just a digital code, but there's some really cool 30th Anniversary celebratory pieces within this, and we're going to dive into the contents of it right now. So, thank you to my local EB Games who provided me with this. Pre-orders were extremely limited, disappeared very, very quickly, and when I can actually crack through the seal here, we'll dive in and we'll take a bit of a look at what's stashed within. So, firstly, of course, there is the packaging itself. Kind of cool design there. So, Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light, the 30-year anniversary. Just a simple sword and shield on the back there. Little bit of detailing as to what the contents are, but we don't need to read through that because we're about to check it out ourselves. So, housed within is this cool NES style, because keep in mind, 30th anniversary, it's an NES game, NES styled package of the game itself. So as we dive into that, we've got this like glass take on an NES cartridge. Quite cool. That's really quite awesome, actually. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it, but it's pretty awesome. Within that, there's also... And so, yeah, the packaging kind of continues on the back there. We have, like, the little house for it, so I'll slide that back in. Which way are we doing? There we are. So there we go. It's got a nice, safe little pouch home. We've got the book, like the games book, the manual. So character introductions, for example, all the controller inputs, all that sort of thing, outlining the details of the game. Again, a very novel thing these days because we just don't get manuals for games anymore. There's a download code for the game. I actually already have it on my Switch. I bought it digitally, and this one I'll farm off to some family who are pretty keen on it. So that's gonna be really great. And we also have a map. Ooh. We have a map, but on the back we also have some key enemies and their various stats, which is also just handy little bit of extra insight to have whilst you're playing the game. So we'll pop the manual, we'll pop the map, we'll pop the code, all back inside the safety of the box. We'll pop our little crystal version. We'll keep that handy actually because that's still really quite cool. Little bit of plastic housing here for that, and then a Nintendo Power poster. That's pretty cool. Marth on the front. Some details on the back. So things like, should I recruit Samson or Aaron? Where can I find Anna's secret shops? Some little, and then in other languages, we've got some kind of basic little facts and figures for the players, which is quite cool. Again, the sort of things that you'd expect from Nintendo Power back in the day. So that's a cool little poster. Little throwback for people. And then the final piece of the puzzle here, which is, if I recall correctly, an art book. So I'm having a time breaking through the plastic here. Here we go. Beautifully detailed book here. A lot of effort's been going into recent Fire Emblem kind of collector's editions of late. The one for the late century Three Houses was fantastic, but lots of character art all housed within. It looks gorgeous. This is something I'm really going to enjoy combing through once I've been there and done it and played the game. Really detailed, lots of gold trimmings. Oh, it's not just for the original game. This is the entirety of the Fire Emblem franchise, right? Because I'm seeing Three Houses, there's Echoes, there's Heroes. I'll just kind of splash to this page here. Lots of little details about every single game in the franchise. Not just this one. That's even better. Makes me even more thrilled that I picked up this game. But it's got like the Japanese date, it's got the Western date if applicable, or the American date specifically if applicable. Every entry in the franchise, some of which made its way overseas, others that didn't, and it's really quite cool. So I'm actually going to look forward to really picking through this. There's so much history to this franchise. Much of it is kind of lost to Western audiences simply because it just didn't make its way over for a long, long time. Of course, there's ROMs and those sorts of things and fan translations, but when it's done properly by Nintendo, that's different. And I'm really, really keen to jump into the game and take it for a bit of a spin. So that is a franchise art book, in fact, not just for this single entry. So as we summarize, we do have the art book. We have the really quite cool Nintendo Power throwback poster. We have our download code. The NES style packaging, which houses the instruction manual and a map with the HP and stats of your enemies alongside you, and then the crystal or the glass hard plastic Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon the Blade of Light NES style cartridge in the NES style cartridge pouch. What a cool package this is. My particular favorites are, of course, that the cartridge itself and this art book. I'm going to spend so much time just looking through this in so much detail and learn so much more about Fire Emblem. A lot of little facts and figures that I probably didn't know. I've tried to follow Fire Emblem fairly closely over the years, but there's a lot that I just simply didn't know, and that's just the nature of the beast when things are kind of trapped overseas. But if you enjoyed this unboxing, please be sure to like, share, subscribe. All the buttons are down below, and hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched, Play 2 Plays, Late Game Review, Gamer School, a whole lot more unboxings as well for past games and consoles, so go check those out as well. Awesome stuff there can only be found on our channel, so please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Play 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where there's been some sensational game developer guests over recent weeks and months with fascinating stories to share, so go and check all of those out. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, early access, while at the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games, the website you find at player2au, and until next time, thank you, my local EB Games, for providing this. Thank God I managed to slap pre-order down as quickly as I did. This is really, really cool, and I can't wait to play it and report back to you. But until then, thanks a lot for watching. See you later.